The city, a pulsating beast of steel and glass, swallowed everything and everyone. It promised dreams but delivered nightmares, especially for those who lived on its fringes, forgotten and unseen. The homeless population, a tapestry of shattered lives, knew the city's indifference all too well. Lately, a chilling new pattern emerged, a silent predator stalking the most vulnerable. People were vanishing, disappearing from their makeshift shelters, their cardboard castles. No witnesses, no clues, just empty spaces where a life once flickered. The authorities turned a blind eye. Another missing person, another statistic in a city that thrived on anonymity. But on the streets, whispers started. Stories passed from one huddled group to another, stories of forced labor, of hidden compounds, of a fate far worse than life on the streets. Stories easily dismissed as urban legends, the desperate fantasies of desperate minds. But what if these whispers held a terrifying truth? Jeremy, a young man hardened by life on the streets, refused to believe the stories. He'd seen enough darkness to last a lifetime. He clung to the belief that even in this concrete jungle, some things were too monstrous to be true. His friend, Raoul, a weathered old veteran, wasn't so sure. He'd seen the city chew up and spit out countless souls. He knew its capacity for cruelty. "There's a reason they vanished, Jeremy," Raoul would say, his voice gravelly with years of hardship. "They ain't just walking out of this life." Jeremy would scoff, dismissing it as paranoia. But deep down, a seed of unease took root in his mind. The disappearances were too frequent, too clean, to be mere coincidence. Then, one cold winter night, it happened. A van pulled up, men emerged, their faces obscured by shadows. They offered food, shelter, a chance to get back on their feet. A beacon of hope in a world shrouded in despair. Jeremy hesitated, his instincts screaming at him to run. But hunger gnawed at his stomach, and the promise of warmth proved too tempting to resist. He urged Raoul to come along. "What do we have to lose?" he pleaded. Raoul, his eyes filled with a lifetime's worth of caution, reluctantly agreed. They climbed into the van, the doors slamming shut behind them like a prison cell. The vehicle sped away, leaving the familiar streets behind. The promise of a warm meal quickly turned to ashes in their mouths. They were driven for hours, the city lights fading into a distant memory. Finally, the van lurched to a stop before a high concrete wall topped with razor wire. Their hearts sank. This was not salvation. It was a trap.